Good morning. Welcome to the Kehillat Shari Torah Halacha Minute, or maybe a little bit more sometimes, for Thursday, the 11th of February. We've been talking about the halachas of reading the Megillah, hearing the Megillah read. Most of us, unfortunately, if by the looks of things, are not going to be able to make it to a shul or to minyan and to be able to sit to hear the Megillah read barov am, amidst the multitude of the people, where the glory of the king is, as we usually do. So we're going to try to read it for ourselves out of if we have a kosher Megillah, so that's best, and we know how to read it also, or out of a chumash. There are a few poskim that say that in a case of emergency, in a case of great need, which this is pretty much seems to be pretty much that, we can listen to a Megillah reading over the phone or over Zoom while it's happening. Not a recorded one, mind you, but a live one. And that, at least according to some opinions, does in fact fulfill the mitzvah. Worst comes to worst, we're definitely publicizing the miracle, as we'll see just here in a minute, just in the halachas that we'll speak about. We did say that someone who is hearing impaired to the point where they can't hear anything without a hearing aid should read the Megillah themselves and can fulfill the mitzvah in that way. One should not sleep or learn Torah before the Megillah, because that's a mitzvah that comes upon us, and if we go to sleep, take a little nap, who knows if we won't sleep through the whole night and miss it out. And many say that once the time for Megillah has arrived, one should not begin learning Torah. Just get to it, learning Torah. We haven't changed the clocks yet this year for Purim, so before Purim, as we often do. So 6:45 or so is the time we can start hearing the Megillah. That's already nightfall. One should not eat before the nighttime Megillah reading, even though Tainus Esther, the fast of Esther, which is going to be on Thursday, is over. Nevertheless, someone who's sick or is having a difficult fast and needs to eat or drink can be lenient and eat a small amount, and also drink some fluids if they need to rehydrate. Non-alcoholic fluids, of course. And then later on, whatever. All right, if there's a person is in a location where there's not a minyan, only one person knows how to read the Megillah, they should read it for everyone. If there are people who know how to read, many say that each should read it for himself, and that's in fact what people do. One who makes a minyan at home on a regular basis but does not have an actual designated shul should not make a minyan for Megillah reading at home, rather go to shul under normal conditions, which this year is not, and hear the Megillah read amidst the multitude. Again, as we said before, quoting from Proverbs from the book of Mishlei, Barov am hadras melech, in the multitude, that's where the glory of the king is found. One who is alone for Purim and with no one with whom to read the Megillah can read the Megillah alone from a kosher Megillah. As we said, the brachas before and after should be said. Some say that if there's not a minyan present, one should omit Hashem's name from the bracha afterwards. Baruch harav es rivenu, etc. Blessed is the one who takes up our grievances, that bracha that's after the Megillah reading. Additionally, the tefillah of Asher Heini, who should be recited even when we're reading alone. One fulfills the mitzvah even if you read the Megillah without the appropriate trup, but if the words are mispronounced in such a way that the meaning of the words are changed, then you didn't fulfill the mitzvah. So they do suggest reading in a language that you understand, and at least will be being mefarsim the nace, the miracle there. If one does not have a kosher Megillah or does not know how to properly read from a Megillah, then you read from a chumash without saying the bracha in order to commemorate the mitzvah of Megillah. If you later find yourself with access to a kosher Megillah, or if someone arrives at your house with a kosher Megillah, you read it again, this time reciting the brachas. Okay, so we're pretty clear that we're not working in an ideal situation where we would tell everybody to come to shul and listen to the Megillah all together on Thursday night and again on Friday morning. So this year, as with so many other things this past 11 and a half months, we shall endeavor to do our best. Now, this afternoon, we are already at Erev Rosh Chodesh Adar. So this afternoon at Mincha, we do not say Tachanun. And tomorrow morning, tonight in Yalav Yavo, in Birkat Hamazon, if you happen to eat a meal with bread and say the grace after meals, we include Ya'alev Yavo, the extra paragraph for Rosh Chodesh. Tomorrow morning, Friday morning, is the first day. Remember, it's a 2-day Rosh Chodesh, we said last week. 2-day Rosh Chodesh, so tomorrow morning we include Hallel in our prayers. We say Ya'alev Yavo in the Shacharis Amida, in the morning Amida, and we also daven the special Musaf for Rosh Chodesh. So remember all those things. And then we also have Rosh Chodesh extending through Shabbat as well. So we'll mention that a little bit tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Chodesh Tov. A Guten Chodesh should be full of light and joy for us, for our Kehillah, for all the Jewish people, and for the world.